Welcome to the Night Gate. Tonight we're gonna have some more Dharma. Here not a single iota of intellectual knowledge or cleverness will be useful. You must only see through the body, mind, and the world that appears before you and realize that they are all insubstantial. Like imaginary reflections, they are the same as images in the mirror or moon reflected in the water. Hear all sounds and voices like wind passing through the forest. Perceive all objects as drifting clouds in the sky. Everything is in a constant state of flux. Everything is illusory and insubstantial. Not only is the external world like this, but your own deluded thoughts, emotional discriminations of the mind, and all the seeds of passion, habit, tendencies, as well as all vexations are also groundless and insubstantial. If you can thus engage in contemplation, then whenever a thought arises, you should find its source. Never haphazardly allow it to pass you by without seeing through it. Do not be deceived by it. If this is how you work, then you will be doing some genuine practice. Do not try to gather up abstract and intellectual views on it or try to fabricate some clever understanding about it. Still, to even speak about practice is really like the last alternative. For example, in the use of weapons, they are really not auspicious objects, but they are used as the last alternative in battles. The ancient ones spoke about investigating Chan and bringing forth the Huan Tao, referred to in this paper by the author as how to. These two are last alternatives. Even though there are innumerable Goangs, only by using the Huan Tao, who is reciting the Buddha's name, can you derive power from it easily enough amidst various situations. Even though you can easily derive power from it, this Huan Tao is merely a broken tile for knocking down doors. Eventually you will have to throw it away. Still, you must use it for now. If you plan to use a Huan Tao for a practice, you must have faith, unwavering firmness, and perseverance. You must not have the least bit of hesitation and uncertainty. Also, you must not be one way today, another tomorrow. You should not be concerned that you will not be enlightened, nor should you feel that this Huan Tao is not profound enough. All of these thoughts are just hindrances. I must speak of these now so that you will not give up or give rise to doubt and suspicion when you are confronted by difficulties. If you can derive power from power, the external world will not influence you. However, internally your mind may give rise to much frantic distraction for seemingly no reason. Sometimes desire and lust well up, sometimes restlessness comes in. Numerous hindrances can arise inside of you, making you feel mentally and physically exhausted. You will not know what to do. These are all of the karmic propositions that have been stored inside your 18 consciousness for innumerable eons. Today, due to your energetic practice, they will all come out. At that critical point, you must be able to discern and see through them, then pass beyond these obstacles. Never be controlled and manipulated by them, and most of all, never take them to be real. At that point, you must refresh your spirit and arouse your courage. And diligence then bring forth this essential concern with your investigation of the Huan Tao. Fix your attention at the point from which thoughts arise and continuously push forward on and ask, originally there's nothing inside of me, so where does the obstacles come from? What is it? You must be determined to find out the bottom of this matter. Pressing on just like this, killing every delusion inside without leaving a single trace, until even the demons and spirits burst out in tears. If you can practice like this, naturally good news will come to you. If you can smash through a single thought, then all looted thinking will suddenly be stripped off. You will feel like a flower in the sky that casts no shadow, or like a bright sun emitting boundless light, or like a limpid pond, transparent and clear. After experiencing this, there will be immeasurable feelings of light and ease, as well as a sense of liberation. This is a sign of deriving power from practice for beginners. There is nothing marvelous or extraordinary about it. Do not rejoice and wallow in this ravishing experience. If you do, then the Mara of joy will possess you, and you will have gained another kind of obstruction. Concealed within the storehouse consciousness are your deep-rooted habit tendencies and seeds of passion. If your practice of Haranto is not taking effect, or that you are unable to contemplate and eliminate your mind, or you are simply incapable of applying yourself to the practice, then you should practice prostrations, read the sutras, and engage yourself in repentance. You may also recite mantras to receive the secret seal of the Buddhas. It will alleviate your hindrances. This is because all the secret mantras are the seals of the Buddha's diamond mind. When you use them, it is like holding an indestructible diamond thunderbolt that can shatter everything. Whatever comes close to it will be demolished into dust motes. The essence of all the esoteric teachings of all Buddhas and ancestral masters are contained in the mantras. Therefore, it is said that all Tathagatas in the 10 directions attained unimpossible and correct perfect enlightenment through such mantras. Even though the Buddhas have said this clearly, the lineage ancestral masters, fearing that these words may be misunderstood, have kept this knowledge a secret and do not use this method. Nevertheless, in order to derive power from using a mantra, you must practice it regularly after a long and extensive period of time. Yet even so, you should never anticipate or seek miraculous responses from using it. 3. Understanding enlightenment and actualize enlightenment. Those who taught understand enlightenment in their minds after hearing the spoken teaching from the Buddhas and ancestral masters reach understanding enlightenment. In most cases, these people fall into views and knowledge. Confronted by all circumstances, they will not be able to make use of what they have come to know. Their minds and the external objects are in opposition. There is neither coordination nor harmony. Thus they face obstacles all the time. What they have realized is called pranja in semblance and is not from genuine practice. Actualized enlightenment. Actualized enlightenment results from solid and sincere practice when you reach an impasse where the mountains are barren and the waters are exhausted. Suddenly, at the moment when a thought stops, you will truly perceive your own mind. At this time you will feel as though you have personally seen your own father on a crossroad. There is no doubt about it. It is like you yourself drinking water. Whether this water is cold or warm, only you will know. And it is not something you can describe to others. This is the genuine practice and true enlightenment. Having had such experiences, you can integrate it with all situations of life and purify as well as relinquish the karma that has already manifested. The stream of your consciousness, your deluded thinking and emotional conceptions until everything fuses into the one truth enlightened mind. This is actualized enlightenment. The state of actualized enlightenment can be further divided into shallow and profound realization. If you exert your efforts at the root of your existence, smashing the black lacquered barrel and instantaneously overturning the den of fundamental ignorance, with one leap directly enter the realm of enlightenment, then there is nothing further for you to learn. This is having supreme karmic roots. Your actualization will be profound indeed. The depth of actualization for those who practice gradually, on the other hand, will be shallow. The most think is to be self-satisfied with little experiences. Never allow yourself to fall into the dazzling experiences that arise from your sensory gate. Why? Because your 8 consciousness has not yet been crushed, so whatever you experience or do will be contented by your deluded consciousness and senses. If you think that this consciousness is real, then it is like mistaking a thief to be your own son. The ancient ones had said, those who engage in practice and do not know what is real because until now they have taken their consciousness to be true, what a fool takes to be his original face is actually a fundamental cause of birth and death. This is the barrier you must pass through. So-called sudden enlightenment and gradual practice refers to one who has experienced a true enlightenment but still has remembered habits and tendencies and are not instantaneously purified. For these people, they must implant the principles from the enlightenment that they have realized to face all circumstances of life and bring forth the strength from their contemplation and illumination to experience their minds in difficult situations. When one portion of their experiences in such situations accords with the enlightenment way, they will have actualized one portion of the Dharma. When they dissolve away on one portion of their deluded thinking, that is the degree to which their fundamental wisdom manifested. What is critical is seamless continuity in the practice. For these people, it is much more effective when they practice in different situations.